What's up, YouTube? It's your boy OG Drip, man. If you're new to that channel, go ahead and press that subscribe button because the soul group is steady growing where we tell nothing but the truth. So I want y'all to understand right now why you here, what you out to do, and how to get to it and how to achieve these goals. So now I want to break down to what every number you probably seen in your life mean, so you can understand how it works and try to change it in the direction of your life to better yourself. You know what I mean? And try to find your higher self. So when it comes to numerology, number zero is looked at as the beginning of existence or the mother of existence. So we're gonna just automatically move on to number one and things to get this breaking down of the nature. So when y'all see zeros and numbers and things like that, when I'm doing readings, which I'm gonna start doing, is y'all will find out how I look at those later on. But I'm gonna explain that deeply then. So when we go to individuality, which is number one, when you think about you as an individual being, when you think about the number one being basically self, it stands by itself. So think about the things you're good at and things like that, like you know how to do on your own. So you may be on the light side, you may be good at jobs that, you know what I'm saying, consider being at home behind a computer by yourself or something like that, or whatever job that don't take too many people inside of the job or whatever. So you could attain these things yourself. So when you think about the dark side of that, is a person that do not have individuality. They don't even know what they want to do. So that's when you have people out here that's lost in the world. They don't know what they want to do. When you ask them, hey, what you want to do in life, they don't know their goals. They don't know even how to start. So they have a very hard time trying to reach their self goals. That is the dark side of it. So let's move on to number two. Number two will be duality. So when y'all think about dual and you think about pair and you think about things like that, I want you to think about how you is compared to groups and things like that. So when you is in a partnership or a friendship with people, how do you work? You know what I'm saying? You maybe if you very good with working with people and things like that, that shows that you could go to like working with groups. Like, okay, if you're doing science experiments and maybe in school you're doing a science project, you like to be grouped up, you like to be friended up with your best friend or however you want to say it. So the dark side of that would be that you have a hard time doing things on your own. So you always want to be in a group because you probably look the type of person that look at others and like, oh, they can help me get past this and that though. So you maybe lack the two. So you're trying to, you know what I'm saying, you try to like just try to blend in with groups. You hope that you don't get singled out where you have to do all the work on your own and prove yourself. So that is the dark side of that. So when we talk about number three, it'll be about self-expression. So when you have a person that's able to show the world how they feel in a very good way and things like that, what would be a photographer and things like that, they know how to write down and, you know what I'm saying? I mean, not a photographer, author, know how to express themselves through a book. So when you think about that, that may be one of your strong points. If you have a three popping up, you get what I'm saying? That means you might be good author and stuff like that. You know how to express yourself. You may be good at like doing theater and drama and things like that. So when you have a dark side to this, to expression, you have a problem with keeping your mouth closed or keeping your body language still. So you may be seeing one of them people that when you say something to them, you literally know when they mad. Like they, you know what I'm saying? They mad. They showing that they mad in some type of way. And y'all already know the dark side to this is like you could literally be led to looking like a victim of a thing or whatever. Somebody could pull up and it look like you did everything wrong because you the person over there walking back and forth, smacking your hand and doing all these type of things in that nature. So if you have that popping up, you maybe need to work on, you know what I'm saying, how to express yourself. You need to stop doing, you know what I'm saying, you need to stop and think about how to control yourself from getting angry. So let's talk about that. Basically self emotions. Okay, that's how we're gonna look at it. So moving on to number four is basically how you express your creation or how you express your ideas. So this is basically idealistic. So it's basically saying how you able to show people. So from a good point of view, you may be a good ghostwriter. You know what I'm saying? Because you have people in music and stuff that probably can't rap, but this guy know how to get the bars out there. He know how to create them and things like that and that nature. So you could be a ghostwriter. You could be an organized planner. You could be a manager and things like that because you know how to keep things organized. You get what I'm saying? Now on a bad note, on the dark side, this is where you can fall short from this. You have a problem with only looking at your creations. Like if the thing ain't done your way, Like if they can't create it your way, or the ideal ain't like your ideal, you don't see it. Now that's how you get the people that you always bumping heads with. That you like, dang, bro, I see your ideal, but you can't see mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you like that? Like, why you can't? Why you don't know how to express yourself, your creative ideas with me? Like, you don't know how to express them to me. You only making them for you to understand. You get what I'm saying? So I want to move on to number 5. Number 5 is saying basically like adventurous and things like that. Like, I want to say in free spirit. So if you see the type of people that always on the go and things like that, the number 5 is playing a role. Number 5 is playing a role. So when you see these people, these would be the type of people that like to drive 18-wheelers, like to be a vlogger of going across the world and stuff like that. So you may see people that just travel the world just to do it. And that's the reason why. Because they know if they travel the world, that is part of their goal of life. Because it's to get them out of their surroundings from being stuck in. So if you think about how this could be effective on the 5th note, number 5 could be effective on the dark side, is thinking about a person that like to be stuck, an at-home body, a person that don't like to go across the world, a person that's self-centered. So this may affect you because now it's time for you to learn about other cultures and stuff, and you don't even understand why. Like, why is this happening? Why is that happening? Because you don't know how to adapt to anything, bro. So you know what I'm saying? You having a problem with that, or you adapting to the wrong things. You get what I'm saying? You wanna do things that don't involve you progressing. So you like to, you know what I'm saying, travel around in circles and things like that. So we have to understand the dark side to that. It could literally lead you into being a stuck in a locked spirit. So when we think about number 6, you think about, your love for others. Like, so you're basically what I'm saying is, if you have a 6 in you, you'll be a good social worker. You get what I'm saying? So you will know how to talk to people because you know the love of others. So you may see a hurt person on the side of the road and things like that. You will know how to show love for them. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes to people that don't have an understanding of this, which is the dark side, they don't know how to show their love to people and things like that. They have a hard time. So you may have a person that's probably going through a lot, and they try to come tell people, and it make it sound horrible. Like, it make it sound like you can't even feel bad for them because they have a hard time expressing themselves. You get what I'm saying? So like when they try to show how much they love it, they don't know how. Or even like one of those hard parentships, you may have a dad or something that act like he's so stubborn and things like that, like he don't love you and things like that. He probably love you, but he probably have a hard time loving you. You get what I'm saying? That's when you'll find the number 6 popping up on the dark side in his life. You get what I'm saying? So they don't know how to show you that they love you. Moving on. Number 7. Number 7 will be the influences. Influence. So you might be, if you have 7 popping up, you may be good at influencing people to do things. So you may be a great leader. You get what I'm saying? So you need to be up there trying to do some type of commercialing or anything, because you may be good at getting people to shop at the store and things like that. So try to find a job in that nature when you're trying to influence people into coming. So let's look at it from a dark side. From the dark side perspective is you probably influence the wrong people. So you probably influence a group of bad people and things like that, and probably the ones you're trying to influence, you have a hard time reaching into. So we have to understand how that could play a role in your life, and how it plays a role in your life. So let me go on to number 8. Number 8 would be the motivation or the hard work. So we have to really take an understanding of this, because some of us get caught up in our work and forget about other things in life. You know what I'm saying? So on the light side, you may be one of those persons that get up and you see these people go to work every day. They come back like they ain't even tired. They ready to go to work. Been working probably at the job probably like 20 years plus, and they don't want to leave. They just love to work. So that is a good thing on that note. But the bad thing is, say they're in a relationship and they're married and things like that, and they always at work. They always giving most of their time to work. You know what I'm saying? That could fall on them by saying like they don't give their partner enough time, so they start losing the feeling of their partner, and they so stuck in the work that they can't even think about people. You know what I'm saying? So they stuck on a grind, and they stuck like, yo, I gotta just work hard. But at the end of the day, they working hard for something, and they could end up losing something else, like losing their relationship. But they going to work and working hard for it, for the relationship to last. You get what I'm saying? So either way, they could still lose. So y'all have to be very, very cautious about that when it comes to hard work. And I ain't saying don't work your tail off. I'm just saying know when to give your people your time and to give your love and your peers your time. So moving on to number 9. Number 9 would be the loving to others, like basically having faith. I want to just say that. So you have people that faith in humanity. So it's some people out here, bro, that really believe, you know what I mean? And ain't nothing wrong with that. They got faith in that the humanity could change. So you might have people that's interested in church groups and things in that nature because they know as a you may be good in groups too, as a church group and or whatever, however you want to see it, bro. Whatever type of group there is that involve showing that you have faith and showing development and all that type of stuff, showing that the human is trying to get better as it goes. You feel what I'm saying? So when you think about, don't mind me sweating, y'all. I'm sick. I got a cold. I'm trying to get this stuff up out of me. So when you think about nine on a bad note, this is one of those people that be sitting there loving everybody else except themselves. You ever talk to a person that be looking and they be thinking they're ugly, but the whole world looking at them like boy or girl, you look good. You get what I'm saying? And they sitting there and they looking at themselves like they're hideous and they don't know how to love nobody and they hate everybody and stuff like that. And they just be just sour every time you see them. They just look like they just hate everybody in the world. Those are that type of people on the dark side. So y'all, I just wanted to break down the numerology. I'm sorry about all this sweating and things like that. I hope y'all can understand because now we got to move on in the soul group because I see it's getting real and I basically gonna get back to the hermetic principles after I'm done doing these rundowns. But y'all got to give me a time, bro. I'm just starting YouTube, so I have to get all these videos posted of what I know. But it's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take a couple of years because I know a lot of stuff before I can even get through it. And as I go, I'm steady learning. So y'all already know it's gonna just get better. And I'm out. OG Drip.